Do I look crazy? I feel like I look crazy. Are my eyebrows too dark?
Never complain when they trace my tracks. Yeah, safe to say I put gang on back. I made a way, my own lane, no cap now. How many niggas can say that? I'm one of them ones.
What's up, guys? Today was a very special day and I had to make sure my skin and everything was ready to go. I was checking out my skin because this is no filter and my skin looked really good other than those dark marks that I really wanted to work on. And I mean, look at my eyebrows. I got some good eyebrows. And can't anybody tell me different? Like, there's no makeup on them. This is a fresh face, period. Of course, on the way, my nose starts to bleed, and all I had was a tampon in the car, so I had my little brother open it, and I just shoved it up my nose. Look at that beautiful scenery. My little brother told me to get a good video of it because he's never really been through or seen the building, so he got a good picture of it too. And he was just excited to come along. Of course, if you've ever been in LA, you know LA traffic is the worst, and I had to get stuck right in it, but we ended up making it. With 2 hours time, my appointment wasn't until 11:40. We made it there at 9:50, but it gave me a chance to take him around. He hadn't really been to Universal Walk or Universal period, so I wanted to give him a chance to walk around and see all the beautiful buildings and see all the little shops and even go shopping if he wanted to, which he did come towards the end of my audition. But I thought I'd give you guys a little view and a little scenery of everything we saw that day.
Ryan Little.
Maybe we'll be okay. I know that you're coming back home. Know that you're coming back home. Know that you're coming back home in the morning. I know that you're coming back home.
After the tour, I told my little brother, let's go bother our big brother at his job on the city walk and see if he could offer us some donuts, which is what he did. He asked if we wanted some donuts or Cinnabon, and we said donuts. My little brother was really intrigued by their mugs because it had a hole in it like a donut, and I was just laughing at him. The place was called Voodoo Donuts, and they had very complex names for their donuts and very creative styles. We each had 2 donuts. These are just some of the very crazy selections that they had. And once my little brother chose his 2 donuts, which one of them was plain and the other not.
Baby, you make me feel young, like I just turned 21, yeah. I don't mind if you stay on my side and never let go.
Taste tester time. He didn't like that I was recording him try the donut, but I wanted to get his full experience because, again, he's never tried these kind of donuts. He was really excited to try them, and he really enjoyed both of the donuts. This one, he was really skeptical because of the name. He didn't know what it stood for. I didn't either. So when we asked my older brother who worked on the walk and he told us, it just made us laugh even more. Then we went on to try my donuts, and I love donuts, but not that much. And the one that I'm eating now was extremely sweet. And I'm not a fan of something extremely sweet, so it was a no for me. But this one, I love maple, just not with bacon on it. So it was good, but get rid of the bacon. These are Idaho dancers. I had got it mixed up earlier and called them Iowa dancers. That is my bad, my fault. I just wanted you guys to get a feel of their dance moves. They really reminded me of like a Teen Beach movie / maybe Camp Rock kind of feel. They are touring around from Idaho, doing different places, showing off their dance moves, and trying to recruit people into their dance school and really expand out the school's premises. Here's a feel for them, and enjoy. Wasn't that cute? Afterwards, we went inside of a comic store where I noticed they had a few Disney princesses but did not have Princess Tiana. When I brought it up to the store attendant, he picked up a few of the packages to look and told me that there were 2 Disney mystery princesses that they had on the package that one of them could have been Tiana as a mystery princess, and that threw me for even more of a loop of why did she have to be a mystery? But whatever. I seen some evil eyes in there and thought that was kind of weird. Made me feel like, how many of you guys are walking around with evil eye jewelry that you got from Universal Studios City Walk instead of getting them authentically from a store that sells and makes them authentically? Then it was time for my appointment. I was so excited and got number 807. And congratulations to me, my scare improv acting got me the golden ticket. The golden ticket just states that you are able and eligible to move on to fitting and the next round. Afterwards, we went back to that shop where I seen the Disney princesses because he saw something he wanted and he picked it up and bought it himself with some money that he had. He was mad at me for calling him a dweeb. On the way home, this car pulled in front of me, and it was like my confirmation that I am on the right track with my scare acting. Okay, I have been meaning to record this for a very long time and have just been caught up in the motions and the notions of life. But I wanted to talk about the golden ticket. They told us when we were inside the building before we got ready to start that we really couldn't give details or post on social media about what goes on there, but because I've already recorded a little bit and I don't want to leave anybody hanging, if anybody sees, I'm gonna give like little tips, pointers, maybe a little tricks for if you are going to go try to apply to be a scare actor, or if you're just trying to get information on how scare acting works and what it is. When you walk in, they first get your name and they mark you off, and then they tell you to go stand by this like a photo wall. The photo wall was just so they can take your picture, so they can put it on top of your resume. You don't have to bring a resume. They kind of pre-make one for you, just standing there. The same thing basically on the application that you apply for to go is almost the same thing that they put on the questionnaire when you go and they re-ask you. So before we get into this back room, the guy comes out with his clipboard and his paperwork, and he's reading it off to us, making sure everybody is there, and also giving us like the rundown. They even had some dummy people set up in the room, so that way we scared those dummy people. So you pick whatever you want, you do whatever you please, and then you go and scare these dummy. We had 3 set of audition types. They would just throw something at us and we would have to perform it. So exhibit A, think about you in a haunted house. What kind of person would you be in a haunted house? Play it out. They just wanted to see how we would react during like 12-hour shifts, which was really cool. I want to say they took about 25 of us. They gave us number badges. So it was like maybe it was 798 to 807. I was 807, so I was the very, very last person. But it didn't bother me at all. I loved it because being the very first person, your stakes are high. Being the very last person, your stakes are high. So because when you're the first person that starts off that energy. And when you're the last person closing it out, and you can't close that energy out on something BS. You have to close that energy out on something that matches the first person or tops them, because then they know and they see that you're taking it serious, and they know and they see that you got that energy to hold for 12-hour shifts, because they told us that some of these shifts could run from 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. When we finished with those 3 sets, those 3 sets were type out, which they kind of just scan you, look at you, kind of get your appeal, get a feel of you. So when I walked in, I tried to walk in very like nullified, tried to zombify myself, or try to like, you know how the process of zombies turning, I tried to nullify myself like that as I'm walking into the building. So as I'm walking in and I'm doing that, I'm getting their glances, but I'm not fully paying attention to them because I don't want to get in my head about what I'm doing there. You know, I'm not trying to overdo it before they actually ask us to do something. So it was 3 rounds of that. And then once you finish those 3 rounds, they don't say nothing to you the whole time. They just quick change the rounds. And then once you step outside, they'll be like, okay, thank you guys. You guys can go head outside. We're right outside the door. They talk for about maybe 5 minutes. And then they send one person out. And mind you, when they come out, they just stare at you blankly. So everybody's nervous. And he was holding that last ticket. He was teasing us, right? He was holding that last ticket and he wasn't saying nothing. He was just glancing all of us in the face. Wasn't saying a word. So we go, everybody's amped, everybody is giving chit chat, nobody's kind of in their own head, everybody's talking, laughing, making conversation, which I really, really adored. It's one of those situations and one of those social settings where you feel like, hey, I can make friends with this person, or I can talk to them about like how, if they've been scare actors before, or how they went through the process, or how they're feeling about going through this process. And everybody was willing to talk and give their tips and give you advice, and even just make you feel comfortable. Which I was already comfortable because acting is kind of just my niche. It's like my comfort setting. So then he calls out my number, which was 807. And my heart sank to my, because I didn't think I had got it, because I was like, I could have did better. I wasn't anticipating on getting it. I thought some other people did so good. Tips for it: when you go and you're nervous, I don't want to say try not to be nervous, because it's like, oh yeah, that's a big help. But try to think everybody's there to do the exact same thing you are. Everybody is there to be weird. Everybody is there to prove that they can be scary for scare acting. So instead of getting in your head like, oh, maybe these people are all like better, they probably done this before, just say, whatever I see them do, I'm going to try my best to either top it or match that energy. also try to remember that it is all improvisation. So everything that everybody's doing in there is not rehearsed. It's not memorized. It's just going and doing the scariest, weirdest, awkwardest thing you can think of that would scare you, or you've done that maybe scared your little brother, little sister, little cousin, whatever. Think of something, a movie you've seen, your favorite horror movie, your least favorite horror movie that you feel like could have been better, that you would have played that role better. Think of things like that when you go and apply it. And then try your best to amplify it times 10. So if you're going to play Michael Myers, you know how Michael Myers walks really slow? Do that. But figure out a way to amplify his slow walk to make it more spine chilling. How would that make it more spine chilling to you?